Hey, Dana here, and welcome to my vlog. This is my garage. What you're looking at is the front drive shaft on an 03 Ford Explorer. Well, I took this out because I did the engine on it. Well, when I went to go put it back in, guess what I'm missing? The frickin' cup. Somehow the cup came out, and I am now missing it. So I said, screw it, I'll run down and get a new U-joint. So that's my new project. Stay tuned, we'll show you how to remove that and put a new one back in. Hey, Denny here, and welcome back. Gonna have to do the U-joint on this thing. So I decided I was gonna try the Maddox ball joint service kit and see if that might do what I need it to do. Stand by. Okay, I'm back over in the other garage. I'm going to change out this U-joint. This is the front drive shaft for the 03 Ford Explorer. Well, it's off because I changed the engine in it 2 years ago and I never put it back. And now I decided to put it back. I can't find the other cup. So I'm going to spend the money to buy a new one. Now to pop this out, you have these little clips that are up in here. I tried to get this one out and it broke. So I said, screw it, let's see if that'll slide in there. It slides in there perfectly in between there. I just put they gave us new clips. So new clips, and it is a greasable. This is not a greasable U-joint. So we're going to push this out. It's a 7. This is a 7/8. All right. And we're going to use the impact. I started it, so you can see it just started to come down. Just to see what happens. You can only go down a certain point. And then you'll be able to pull one cup out. And then we'll push the other one out. And then you'll be able to pound the other one out. So let's see. Here we go. Okay, as you can see, it's pushed down. And this came perfectly inside the lower part of the press piece here. I've got a little tiny bit more to go. Okay, then once you get it down, once you get that cup far enough down, you can get it with a pair of vice grips and just pop them up. Just pop it off. So now you're loose down here. All right, smart thing is go ahead and get that clip out of there. Both sides, and you'll be able to play with it back and forth and get it out of there. All right, now we'll go ahead and get the new one in. Now we just got to make sure we arrange it so we get the grease fitting facing down, so you can grease it. All right, let's get it started. I got that cup stabilized inside the bottom one. Then you can take this up. Toward that way. And you're going to take this, come up in here, and you'll be able to drop it right back in there. I want to double check our needles, so sure all your needles are where they need to be. Again, take it up. Don't bring up the cup any. I would say, well, you might be able to bring the cup all the way up, I guess. All right. So now what you're going to do is we're going to take we'll bring the punch up here a little bit. So now we got to line the top cup. We've got to get that lined up. So when you're pushing it in, you make sure you're going to go up and down with it. Make sure it goes in and out of that cup okay. Because then you know your needle valves are still seated. Okay, now I've compressed the cup just about all the way in there for the moment. Okay, now I've brought that one cup down low enough to put this in. I'm putting a new one in, of course, but that's that. Just Just use a pair of needle nose. You'll be able to push them and squeeze it and push it right in there and it locks. All right, now let's get the other side. Okay, we're almost there. Just get that cap snug and just make sure we can go up and down in there, because then you know all your needle bearings are where they need to be. Now we'll just go ahead and squeeze it. All right, just snug it down just a little bit. There's enough to get that spring locked in there. Okay. There we go. When you go double make sure, just get your freaking little flat chisel and then pound it around to make sure it clips in and seats. All right, that's this side. It is a little tight. But I'm gonna check this side here real quick. Okay, here we are. This side's seated as well, and got a little bit of flex here. Let's see something real quick. All right, there we are. One universal joint installed. And we'll get it hooked up on the under the Explorer, and we will have 4-wheel drive again. And it's just lights here that I lost the cup on that. So I got a spare. All right. There you go. And it will loosen up. All right. Stay tuned. Okay, we're now underneath the 03 Explorer. We're going to install the drive shaft here. I didn't blue mark this side here, unfortunately, but I did blue mark the back side here. So let's get these bolts in. Be done with this creature. Okay, so there we are. Got those nice and snugged up. Top ones are snugged up. I had to use an extension and a universal to get on the top ones. Okay, you can't. No turning now. Okay, back here you still turn. So this is where I'm at now. Back here, gotta get these little half moon critters back in there. And yes, I did use a little bit of Loctite on these here. So let's get these half moons in. Okay, we're back. We got them started, and they're kind of seated in there at the moment. I still got to get these two on this side in. They are number 8s. All right, there we are. Got them all nice and snug all the way around. I had a couple I had put the hammer to get the socket on there right, but that's that. And those are snug. So we are done. They're probably like 45 foot-pounds or something like that if you want to torque them up. But just snug them. That's all I do. All right, she's ready to be brought down. We are done. And I had this in because of the shared wheel hub, and mess with that out there. And then I decided while we're in here, I might as well go ahead and get the drive shaft replaced, and I had to do a U-joint on that. And you won't, and I guess you will believe it, while I was looking for the parts to install it, the cap was in the same container as the bolts. Just, you know, never ends. So, thanks for watching. Like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, definitely share. And you'll catch more of my garage. Next thing I think I'm working on is the Mercury Mariner. It has a very loose steering. This was replacing the U-joint on the front drive shaft of the 03 Ford Explorer.